Hello everyone, I'm Debbie Polachek. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be using this little Hey Birthday Chick and Prettiest Birthday. I'm going to be making a simple card, and I've already done most of the work. But the main thing I want to show you at the end of this video is how to go about coloring different color balloons, okay? Because it's kind of a different thing to color because of the transparency of a balloon. On this one I just used one color because I believe that's what's going to go with my card the best. So anyway, I just got a typical card base here, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4. I did cut a piece of this paper here, and it is called Flowers for Every Season, and this is one of the papers, and I cut it 4 by 5 1/4, and that's just going to be my little mat on my base here. Also cut white, just a whisper white cardstock, and it is 5 1/4 by 2. I cut a piece of the Blushing Bride, which is 1.5 by 5 1/4. I stamped out the little chicken and this, and cut it with the flag the ends, and his little cupcake, and I cut his feet off. And I made 2 strings. It's 2 springs for his feet to put on the end of his legs. And the way I did that was I took like this tool or this tool and used just the base of it here. I've got a piece of I've got some 28 gauge wire. It's just silver colored wire. You can use any color you like, and just wrap it around here. And just push it down as I wrap it to tighten it up, and just keep on doing it till you fill up the end here before it goes to taper. That's how you make a little spring. Then you take it off, use some older pair of scissors, not a good pair, and trim that off. Okay, I had trimmed it all the way off, but if you want to, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to leave a little end here so you'll have something to glue to it. Okay, I'll have to straighten my ends out in order to do that. Okay, and so we'll just go ahead and oh, and also cut a piece of just regular computer paper at 5 1/4 by 4, and this is just a scrap of this, which is 1 1/4 by 4. And just glued it on top of the scrap, this other, and stamped it. Okay, I do have my hot glue gun on. I'll go ahead and straighten or just turn back one end of my little spring right there, just so I can glue this to this little chicken. And I'm just going to glue his little feet at the position they were before I cut them off. And while I'm at it, I think I'm going to make a little pool of glue on his body and on his head. This will act as a dimensional when I get ready to glue him on. I'm going to take his little feet. This time I will have to straighten one of his feet up. Just going to pull my wire, cut it back shorter. This glue gun has a very little fine tip on it, which is really perfect for this. Yeah, he's really a spring chicken, isn't he? Okay, now my spring chickens together. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here. This here. This here. And I tied some twine, poked some holes on my balloon and tied some twine along here just to pretend it was hanging. I'm going to take some Scotch tape and just tape this on the back where I want this twine to sit. I think these little unusual elements kind of give a little interest to a card, like the twine, ribbons, things like that. And in this case, the spring. Something you don't see on just any card. I remember making a card for a lady one time, and she was so impressed with the lace that was on it. And that was the easiest part of it. So sometimes the simplest things impress the people the most. Okay, now see, like the little glue's on there, which is good because that's going to give my spring a little bit more, my chicken a little bit more height away from this. It's going to need it for the spring. Go ahead and hot glue this on there too so it stays put. I also put 2 dimensions back to back over here because I want to glue it so it's and I moved it so it's a little bit higher in the middle and flat on the ends here. Just want to put a little glue there just to glue that down and let it rise in the center there. Okay, put some more glue on him. A little bit of glue on the bottom of his feet. Stick it to my little sign there. Now we've got since we got the hot glue out, show you how I would get this so to be straight with hot glue. Instead of trying to glue and then trying to get it all straight, for me it's easiest to go ahead and center it where you want it. Then you can take your clothespins and pin it in one end. Now when you lift this up, it will hit in the right spot on the way down. Now you can pin it and do the other side. And that card is complete. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and show you what I was talking about, coloring the balloons. Okay, let's say you got this time you want a bunch of different color balloons. And I'm going to pick out colors that are similar, of the same lightness as one another. First one I got, So Saffron, Light So Saffron. Okay, Seaside Spray. It's another light color, maybe even the Pool Party. Light Calypso Coral's a good one. And this should be the Light Pumpkin Pie. Okay, that should be enough colors. Okay, now, again, balloons are transparent. And so when you color them, and I'm going to go ahead and get the color blender because I might want it to show you the highlights on that. Okay, for one thing, these right here, these little areas here, they are highlights. So I'm going to try to keep that color clean. Okay, and here I'm going to go ahead and take this balloon and pretend this balloon has nothing, they forgot to draw it, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and color that all around. Like it was still, like you could see through this balloon completely, okay? Trying to leave that part white. Then I'm going to take my colorless blender and kind of give it a highlight in here. And I want to work with that kind of fast because the color needs it to be worked fast, okay? So that's one color. Okay, now let's say the balloon in front of this is yellow, okay? We're going to go ahead and paint that yellow. And again, we're painting over the balloon that I just drew on top of, and would complete this if this flower wasn't here as it is, okay? And if I feel like it needs a little bit more lightening in here, I would go ahead and give it that. And it's usually lightest around the highlight. Like right here at the highlight, it would be the lightest area. Okay. So see how that kind of looks more transparent because that little bit of color is in the background? Okay, here we go with the blue. I'll go ahead and paint this balloon like it's in front of this. Actually, it would be behind that one too. So here we go. I'm not painting the highlight. Still ain't painting the highlight. But still want to color the blue as it would be a full balloon. Probably would be the easiest to start off with the back balloons. See, like this one is the easiest because it would be in the back. Then I want to give it a little highlight. I can. Right around the highlight area. Okay, this pink. Again, oh, now this one's the second layer one, so I'm gonna go right over that. Be sure hit that highlight because I done colored over it. Now let's say this is a green one. Here's the green one. We're gonna go all over the green, over the pinks and the blue, and even this part here. Or that's behind that one. Give it a little highlight. Let's see, trying to find a color that's not right next to it. I guess we'll do this one. Again, the pink. Pink is on top. See, I should have done that first. And since I forgot to do that first, I'll go ahead and go over this with the yellow, the color of the balloon. And give it those highlights around the highlight. Okay, where's our back balloon? I guess this one's the furthest back, and these three are in the back, aren't they? So we'll go with that. We'll go with the orange. Again, that balloon's probably going something like this. Give it a highlight. Okay, we'll do the pink here. Go ahead and do the yellow one. Now if I want to get that, if I feel like it's maybe not transparent enough, I would just let this dry and do it again, and that would give it more of a transparent look. Okay, this one's the next one that's in the behind. We'll go ahead and go with that one. Highlight. Okay, we'll go with the green here. Another yellow. And now to paint the greenery and the roses. I think that would be cute on there. Probably cuter than the yellow was. Let's do the same green. I'm going to go ahead and use the light and the dark of the Just Jade. Go ahead and paint them all yellow. I mean light. Paint them all light first. All the leaves. Then go in at the bases of all the colors with a little bit of the dark. You can even do one side if you wanted to, because usually a leaf will have a light side and a dark side. One side is usually bent down. And then let's pick up nice bright color for the roses. Let's go ahead and go with the light cherry color. Get a better end. And since roses are circular in shape, and these are so small, you couldn't go in and give each little petal a highlight and a low light. But you could treat it like a round object, which a rose is. A rose is round. So I'm going to go ahead and put a dark cherry cobbler in the shadows of these roses. So in other words, right around the bottom side. Okay, and that's it. Then of course you cut it out, and I might even use this one because I do like it better, I think, for this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something about coloring balloons. So hope to see you soon. Actually, if you color glass, it's the same way. Colored glass, it would be the same way as colored balloons. You would see one color behind the other color. Thank you. Bye-bye.